Hey, it's Brian here, DIY Tech. I know it's been a while. We're going to go ahead and do a hard drive replacement on an iMac. This is a 2010 edition, so it's like the thicker one. Got the glass in the front, and it needs a fan cleaning, and it needs a hard drive. And the reason why the hard drive needs to be replaced is because the fans weren't cleaned regularly, and the thing got hot and it fried the hard drive. But the rest of the machine's okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the replacement. Tools you're going to need for this: suction cup, very small one with a ring on it, really handy, super handy for this job. And if you don't have one of those, I really wouldn't attempt this. So it's important, use a suction cup. Black sticks or spudgers, non-marring tools, 3 of them to be specific. A kit with a star driver in it. I like this one from Home Depot, is $5. You need star drivers because Apple can't use regular screws, so you get screwed by Apple. Can of compressed air. That is it. Super simple. Alright, so we are going to start. There's a piece of glass on here. It is held on by a series of magnets, which is hence why we use a suction cup. So we're going to go ahead, put the suction cup in the corner, have our spudger ready. This is why you need 3 of them. You're going to pull the glass away and slide your spudger in. Release your suction cup. Move down a bit. Slide your spudger in. And as you can see, we're separating the glass from the case. These are super strong, and if you don't do this correctly, you will break your glass and you will regret that because it isn't cheap. And we pull it out. Bang, just like that. Easy. Now, find a spot for this and find a spot where no one is going to touch the inside of it, because you will be cleaning this thing and it will suck. Do not put your fingers in there. Do not touch it. Put it somewhere safe because it will break. I'm going to put mine on the floor. No, I'm not. I'm not going to put it on the floor. I'm kidding. Alright, so now we got that done. And you can see, or maybe you can't see, but there's star driver screws down inside here that we need to take out. And there's, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them. So we're going to go ahead, find the right star driver to do that. One of the things you want to remember when you're doing this is that you don't want to drop any of these screws down in there, because you will regret that. So magnetizing your tip, really handy when you're doing this work, because there's little cavities down in there that will eat your screws, and then you'll be fishing them out with something else. Like that. Just like that. There it is. It's gone. I just set it and it went down in there. Awesome. Can't wait to get that one out of there. Now that we have all the screws out, we can start to lean the screen out. But you don't want to pull too hard, because you have a bunch of cables back there that you're going to need to unseat. Alright, so we have just enough room to pull this away so we can unseat these cables. And we've got, I think it's 3 total. No, 4. There's a temperature sensor down here. And this guy here, clip. Stuck there. This guy. There we go. Alright. Pull it out. Yeah, lift it out. Go.
I have a touch screen.
Daniel's greasy fingers all over my screen. I have to clean it now. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Okay. Now we got the screen out. You can see the logic board. The hard drive's right here. We gotta pull this hard disk out. There's a couple cables here. You're gonna want to remove. And out it comes. There's your hard drive. And you're going to have to remove this bracket. It's pretty self-explanatory, and a couple of these little stanchion guys here. But now that we've got this out, we're going to go ahead and blow these fans clean. You got one here, one down here. So we're going to go ahead and hold the fan. Don't really want the fan to move. And do the bottom one also. Wow. All right, so now we got her all cleaned out. It's looking good. Now we moved the bracket from the old failed drive to the new one. There's a couple of stanchions, and you may want to do yourself a favor and leave, don't take it all apart, because you'll kind of forget how this thing sits in there. And sits in there like this, just so you're, in case you're watching this video trying to figure that out. And it goes back down in, and the stanchions go in, and it leans in just like that. And then you find your screws to put it all back together. There's 2 screws that hold that drive in. And then don't drop your screws unless you really want to be searching for them. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you very much, human. Mount the drive back in there.
Do you have the TQ application on your desktop?
Really try to not touch this screen with your fingers,
And you should be brought to a page with a woman putting that box.
because you will be cleaning for hours.
I'm gonna follow along with you.
Alright,
Yeah, right above there, you should
see what I'm doing here.
Hover over that until it drops down. You'll see a couple options. Good old.
So now we're going to reseat all of these cables.
You see that there?
One thing you don't want to forget is to plug in all of your cables. I have done this
Give me 1 second.
a
Sorry.
few times and then vaguely remember not plugging something in, or you turn it on and you get nothing on your screen. It means you didn't plug in something. Okay, so I didn't put the screws back in yet.
Do you mind if
I did plug in a external keyboard and the power, and all we're going to do is basically just make sure it turns on before we reassemble the whole thing, and then have to go back in and redo it. So
No problem. We'll be in touch.
give it a try. Come on, baby. Oh, it's alive! It's alive! We fixed it! Oh, but wait, we have to load the operating system.
Yes, we do.
Ah, man, these details. So to get these screws back in, unless you have a magnetized screwdriver, you're gonna want a pair of, you're gonna want a roach clip like this. I mean, tweezers like this. And all right, so we've got all the screws back into this thing, and we are now going to blow off the screen, because if you get a piece of dust in there, You're gonna have to pull this all back apart, the screen off anyways, or the glass off anyhow, which you don't want. So I also do that to the glass. Blow it off. Take your glass, nest the bottom portion in, and you want to make sure that it's lined up on the bottom, and then you're going to want to slowly reseat this thing back, and it's going to suck up to it like quick, so get your fingers out of there like that. Easy cheesy. You think I've done this before? Maybe a couple times. Doesn't look like we have any smudges or anything on there. And now we're ready for loading the OS. So, and I'm not going to videotape that part because that's not what this video was about. It's about replacing the hard drives and cleaning the fans. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe. I appreciate all my viewership and everybody that watches my channel. You made us successful. It's wonderful, and I appreciate it. 10,000 subscribers currently, and 1.9 million views on our channel. So we're rocking it. Thanks so much. Have a great day.